The episode begins with Mordecai and Rigby lounging in the park, discussing mundane daily routines and joking about how dull things have become. Rigby notices a pair of old fuzzy dice hanging from the rearview mirror of Benson's golf cart, glinting under the sunlight. He reaches up to grab them, instantly inspired by the idea that they could bring instant luck to their day. Mordecai, skeptical as usual, warns Rigby that objects like that probably don't do anything, and that messing with Benson's cart could get them in trouble. Rigby, ignoring the warning, snatches the dice and enthusiastically claims they'll have the luckiest day ever. Pops floats in nearby, curious about the dice, and asks if they have any magical properties, to which Mordecai replies in a jokingly sarcastic tone that anything is possible if you believe enough. Almost immediately, strange events begin to unfold. With the dice in Rigby's possession, minor coincidences quickly escalate into exaggerated, improbable sequences of luck. Objects in the park seem to move in their favor. Basketballs bounce perfectly into hoops, supplies fall conveniently into place, and obstacles disappear just as they approach. Mordecai is initially amused, observing that it seems to work, while Rigby grows increasingly overconfident, attributing every lucky outcome solely to the fuzzy dice. Pops, marveling at the magic, floats around them, encouraging more experiments. Muscle Man enters briefly, noticing the unusual chain of events and joking that he's been waiting for a little cosmic advantage in his own antics. As the episode progresses, Mordecai and Rigby test the dice in increasingly daring ways. They attempt more complicated stunts, like racing golf carts across the park, stacking precarious objects, and performing improvised tricks over benches and slides. Each time, the dice appear to influence events, resulting in improbable successes and hilarious outcomes. Mordecai, while enjoying the novelty, begins to feel uneasy, noticing that relying on the dice makes them less careful and more reckless. Rigby, however, becomes increasingly obsessed with their luck, pushing both himself and Mordecai into progressively riskier situations, convinced the dice can protect them from any failure or consequence. Midway through the episode, the luck granted by the dice escalates into chaotic absurdity. Minor coincidences grow into large, improbable events. Trees bend away to create clear paths, fountains spill water in perfectly timed patterns, and random wildlife behaves unusually, almost orchestrated to favor their actions. Mordecai starts warning Rigby that the dice might be amplifying randomness to dangerous levels, but Rigby refuses to listen, continuing to chase bigger, more spectacular stunts. Pops, floating innocently nearby, comments on the delight of the unexpected, while Muscle Man appears briefly to boast that he could handle even the wildest luck-enhanced challenges. The climax of the episode occurs when Mordecai and Rigby attempt the ultimate luck stunt, launching themselves on improvised ramps to land perfectly on a target near the park's main fountain. Rigby, holding the dice, convinces Mordecai that they are guaranteed to succeed. As they launch, the dice seem to influence every element around them. Falling leaves become cushioning, random equipment shifts into precise positions, and even the fountain's water arcs in exactly the right way. For a moment, everything aligns perfectly, creating an almost surreal spectacle of timing and coordination. However, as they land, the dice slip from Rigby's hands and fall into the fountain, causing the sequence to spiral into unexpected chaos. Objects that had perfectly assisted their stunt now behave unpredictably, splashing water, tipping items, and sending them both tumbling, but in a slapstick, non-injurious way that keeps the tone comedic. By the end of the episode, Mordecai and Rigby recover, laughing at the mess and realizing that the dice were less magical and more a catalyst for creativity, risk-taking, and unpredictability. Mordecai remarks that maybe luck isn't as important as teamwork, preparation, and being willing to take chances. Rigby, still slightly obsessed with the dice, jokes about retrieving them later, while Pops floats happily, praising the excitement and fun of the day. Muscle Man appears briefly, making exaggerated claims of skill and boasting that he could have done everything even better. The camera pans out as the park returns to calm, with the dice bobbing gently in the fountain, subtly hinting at lingering potential mischief, and continuing the series' theme of blending ordinary objects with exaggerated comedic chaos.